Kimberly. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about how I healed my toddler's cavities naturally. So my daughter is currently 4 years old and it's the spring of 2024. Our oral care regimen before we found out that she had cavities was basically taking her to the dentist regularly when she was 1 year old and then when she was 18 months old. And then the pandemic hit and everything closed down. And at that point, we were kind of left to our own devices and we just did the best we could with the tools that we had. And so basically, what our toothbrushing routine looked like was hunting her down every night and kind of like doing our best to get inside of her mouth and brush her teeth for as long as we could. And on average we would brush our teeth for maybe 30 seconds each time, and it was quite a struggle, to be honest, and there was a lot of resistance on her end. And part of that routine was every night looking for her toothbrush because she would somehow hide it like under her bed or in random places. And so it was just kind of like this struggle that we had to go through each day, and it never felt like we were getting her mouth super clean or that we were doing a thorough job. And so we weren't super confident in how the toothbrushing was going, but at the time that was kind of like the only option that we had. And so that's what we did while the dentist's office was closed. And then at some point last year I started to notice that she was getting discoloration in her molars. And so I was like, oh, I think we need to take her to the dentist and reestablish care because it looks like she might be getting cavities. And so I made her an appointment and I took her to the dentist. And the first thing they did was they took x-rays of her mouth. And then they let us know that she had 8 cavities between the 4 quadrants of her mouth, and that none of the cavities were deep. They were all kind of surface level. And so at that point I asked the dentist, I was like, hey, what do you think about healing cavities naturally? And she kind of laughed at me, and she was just like, yeah, that's not something that you can do, basically. And at that point is when she started talking to us about the procedures that she recommended. She did mention fillings, but she said that because the cavities were surface level, that she didn't recommend fillings at that time. The procedure that she did recommend was painting on this protective sealant onto her molars to prevent bacteria from getting into her teeth and further progressing the cavities. The procedure was quoted at $1,400, and it basically would discolor her teeth black until her baby teeth fell out. And so, we left the dentist and we were feeling a little disheartened, but I think luckily for us, we had this filter of kind of like, okay, the dentist is a for-profit business, and they do want to recommend procedures to their patients. And so we just evaluated kind of what they said, and we decided that we were going to try to heal her cavities naturally, because in our minds we knew that was something that we could do. And we live a really holistic and intentional lifestyle, and just the recommendation that was given to us didn't intuitively align with our values. And so at that point we decided to implement a strict keto diet for our daughter. And basically what we did was we just focused on feeding her high quality nourishing fats and clean protein and a very minimal carb based diet. She did have a little bit of resistance the first few days, but I was actually surprised at how receptive she was when we would explain to her, like, we're doing this diet to heal your cavities right now, and we just need to make sure that we're taking care of your mouth health. And so we're doing this special diet right now, but after you heal your cavities, we will still be able to eat these things that you love. And she really took to that. And so we put her on this keto diet, and we were actually amazed that we noticed behavioral differences in her from switching her diet. She started to have less outbursts and like emotional dysregulation, and she seemed just more even keeled and kind of like um yeah, her energy and her mood just seemed improved, which was a nice side effect. And then as far as her toothbrushing routine went, we did actually glean some information from the dentist that we took to heart, and she had recommended using a YouTube video to distract our daughter while we were brushing her teeth. And it was this funny moment because we were just like, oh my gosh, that is such an easy solution that we just never thought of. And it was this funny thing because we don't have a TV in our house, and we don't really engage with technology very often. And so it was just something that we literally didn't even think of. And so we did take that advice, and we started using YouTube videos to help us brush her teeth. And she took to it right away, and we were able to get into her mouth for 2 minutes a day, twice a day, and brush her teeth and floss and everything. And I think it was 2 months, 2 months total, and her cavities were completely reversed. And so that's how we healed my daughter's teeth naturally. We also used cod liver oil. Cod liver oil, I can't personally speak to whether or not it helped to reverse her cavities. It's something that I have read about over the years, but our family personally uses cod liver oil in day-to-day life, and I think we had fallen out of the routine at the time when we found out she had cavities, so we just kind of re-implemented cod liver oil into our routine. And so I don't know if cod liver oil specifically helped her situation, but it is something else that we did implement in our like protocol for her. And so yeah, that was our experience. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, or if you have also helped heal your own child's cavities and what that process looked like for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.